YouTube. Guess what time it is? Another one. We're back with today's video. The deafening silence. How did we get here? What happened? How do we move forward? What's going on? I'm Vessel, aka Vessel Mother Vision. You may have seen me in such films as Degenerate Streamer Plays Too Much BDO and Why Is This Guy Still BDOing? Just kidding. I do stream BDO a lot. You can catch me live on Twitch. But yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about why the state of the game feels so much the way feels so bad, and why people are leaving. And in order to explain that, we're gonna explain kind of like how we got here, and yeah, like accidental ASMR. I normally rip this out before the video, but yeah, this is a three pager. Holy shit! But we'll go through it quick. So, deafening silence. So, after recent combat overhauls, we entered a new era. People aren't going to be waiting around for node wars all day. It's a completely different era. As I said, it's the death of an era. So I figured I'd just explain kind of what's happening right now, and maybe how we could aim to fix it. And it comes down to this deafening silence that we all constantly hear about PvP. And so let's get right into it. For the longest time, Black Desert knew better than to mess with its combat system or PvP. They did make this mistake early on, and justifiably so. Some classes were so overpowered. This was when they removed a lot of things that were truly overpowered. And I can remember the date exactly. It was around, I think, May 15, 2018, somewhere around then. Because my first YouTube video, Valkyrie Movement 101, a Valkyrie guide, by the way, which was May 6, 2018. I did have to look that day up. Happened about a week or so before the combat changes. And everybody came to my Twitch. It was the first time I used to do the patch notes. I would get up early in the morning and stream video as soon as it came up. I'd stream all day. I grind all day, PvP node wars, and then PvP all night. I did that every day. Like 20 hours of streaming video. Not even kidding. Just sleep 4 or 5 hours. I used to do that. It was crazy. So way back then, I did my first YouTube video, and so I got on and I did the patch notes. We broke everyone's heart. Lingering super armor was the major thing. I don't remember everything they took away because it was literally over 6 years ago. But I do remember they took away the lingering super armor from shield classes. Berserkers could no longer just keep grabbing you. That was when they added the 1.8 CC rule. You couldn't infinitely CC people. They added a lot of stuff in, basically. And even though they changed all that, they left down smashes in to where some classes could reset. It was very weird. It was very weird. And unironically, that was the Arsha rule set for a while. They were like playtesting us on Arsha without letting us know. It's pretty interesting. Arsha used to have different rules. So that's when that happened, and that's how I know when that happened. Yeah. So this was almost as bad. So this was a long time ago. This was almost as bad. But you got to remember, they had node wars and siege and all that was still new, and it was still a thing. And the game, I mean the game was still good to the core. All the rest of the game, and throughout literal years, they spent years doing it. They actually undid almost every single one of those changes. I kid you not. The reason Valkyrie's so strong as it is now is because they just undid changes from, they made it the way it was when it came out. And it has everything but the lingering super armor pretty much. And of course, you know, it can fly with hasty, but they should have left the original promptness cancel in. That way it would have used stamina. But yeah, they just don't know enough about their own game. They've made this mistake before. They lost a lot of people, but yeah, not a ton. Then they did do the other big change, obviously, was the old node war change system. Now, this is the second time they decided I mean, this is maybe the first time Jay got out as whiteboard. I love you, Jay. I'm just kidding. I don't necessarily. I mean, Jay seems likable. He keeps giving me hammers. Kick W. But yeah, no, literally. Yeah, this was the risk system. Everybody said, do not bring this out. It will kill Node Wars. It did. I guarantee. We had to find ways to play. This is when T1s became a thing. This was the beautiful part of the risk system. Not a lot of people remember this, so you got to give them credit where it's due. They added T1 and they added the lockout system where siege guilds couldn't fight the T1s. So right now, I'm focusing on the good stuff right now. I don't want to be super negative. I thought that aspect was huge and we needed that, and it helped us for years. So it was pretty good. I think they did add in T1 sieges and stuff eventually around that time. And yeah, this is another instance of PvP changes where they mess everything up, and then over years they slowly just every once in a while undid one thing and repatched everything back, except remember what I just said. My third bullet point, which is just as bad as all this other stuff. It's just years of silence go by. So we got the risk system. Nobody wanted it. You ruined Node Wars. And this has already happened before. Keep in mind. And then they didn't do anything. I'm trying to see if I had any extra notes here. No, that's it. They did nothing. It was like, it was literally 2 years. So thank you for implementing that system, and we like the T1 Node Wars. They removed that kind of their T1 Siege, I guess. Balanos is still a thing. Serenity is not, and combo Node Wars are cool, I guess. So yeah, I mean, so basically that was it. So let's fast forward. That's their history of messing with the game. So anyone that's played the game a long time, when we look at our characters, we think of, if they changed Node Wars, they're not going to change it for years. If they change the combat, they're going to leave it messed up for actual years. And this was under Cacao at the very least, to give them credit. And so we will say, to be fair, these bullet points are positive. I'm not all negative in these videos, I swear. When PA published the game, it reached new peaks and highs. The game came back hard. I think this was great. Population came back huge from everything from Stars in Distos to Fallen God armor, Black Star weapons, Serendia Elvia. It was banging for a while. Everybody was fighting over everything. And then the events they ran in this time period were huge. They still ran tourneys. They still ran tournaments. Cough, best in class. I didn't mess up. I swear I messed up really badly. Lost some crystals. Anyways, so yeah, they ran tournaments. They used to run events, not this Archer Rumble stuff. The real tournaments. They used to run tons of events with creators. Yeah, unironically, this is before I had a chance to do all this stuff. I just got in at the end of it. And then, yeah, like really, they didn't do very much lately, but they used to be very active, which was huge. So Pearl Abyss was doing a pretty good job ignoring the combat system. And then they finally decided, you know what I mean? Let's put the gun down. You know what I mean? Let's go in. So I think it was 8 or 9 months ago, they announced a ton of changes. Now, I put in here that I couldn't remember all of them. However, I did investigate further, as it is my job to do this. It's my YouTube video. I did find the changes. So let's investigate them. And let's just talk about this. So I'm going to shout out to Divios. This is Divios' PvP manifesto. A lot of you might not know Divios is the unfuckwithable Azure Dragon. That's right. I try not to curse too much in these videos. It's worth it. He's a specimen, an absolute unit. The guy doesn't lose. Look into it. Just look into it. See how many losses he's got. But you can't count that many. I bet you it doesn't happen too many. At least it doesn't happen in Black Desert. So let's just say he's also the #1 in Smite. So it's not like it's a one-off thing. So let's go. So this guy doesn't lose. He plays, you know, whatever. Oh, look. Oh, we could go through. Look, he's got the best in Trial Striker, the best in Guild, Solar Invitational, TwitchCon, best. Yeah, literally, he's got a resume in just Black Desert. You know what I mean? Dude, official BDO partner, ex-pro Smite world champion. So be a big venting post caused by global. Anyways, yeah. So basically, the changes are so bad. By the way, the first set of changes were so bad that everybody got mad. Like, really? It was just the fact that they just wanted to change too much. They tried to fix everything wrong with the game in one patch, and everyone was like, "Rah!" And the reason is because if you fix Striker at the same time as Sorks, all the Sorks are bad. Yeah, if you fix, you know what I mean? Like they just tried to do too much. It was really overall okay, but they just tried to do too much, and instead they couldn't deal with the criticism, so they give us this stuff: 3 options. And I'll be honest. I said I can't remember any of them. I got them right here. But PA responded like an angry little kid. That's right. Pearl Abyss acted like an angry little kid. Imagine. Look at the shit they gave us. Look at this. Option 1. Non-grab classes get flame tower shots. In other words, if you're a non-grab class, you get an ability that breaks forward guard, super armor, iframe. It just CCs you out of everything. Great. That was their fix. Option 2. This is B range or fastest class available. Now on this option, they actually removed half of the protections on every class. This was the other option, and giving everybody mostly forward guards and a couple super armor. Not the worst idea, but once again, it's just a bland statement that's just gonna piss everybody off. Like these 3 options, I swear, it's just them throwing a fit. And then everybody gets everything. This is him. This is the one where everybody gets a grab. This is the 3rd option. Everyone gets a grab. So my next bullet point, of course, I'm gonna bring up Divios again, but like he has the source material here. My man Divios, the Azure Dragon, memorably made his PvP manifesto. I'm not going to go into all of it, but okay. Like he's all capsing. You see what I'm saying? At this point, look, he's like, it's okay, Pearl Abyss. Like, just do your fucking, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, anyways. Okay, anyways, so go check him out. Super great guy. Super great opinions. But along with this came in a huge community uproar. Everyone's like, yeah, because if Divios doesn't want to even play anymore, why should we? And so we got none of these options. Okay, none. I repeat, none of these happened. Yeah. They basically admitted to us that they were going to listen to us by not listening to us. This is the beginning of what I would call the deafening silence. So now, sorry about that. My neck. So after that, they hit us with a little bit of don't worry about that, because they throw out a new NODEWAR system and Guild League. And we're up huge, boys. We're up so huge, right? I mean, we're like, okay, well, like, new NODEWAR system, it couldn't be that bad, except God, it killed the game. And the thing about it was the old NODEWAR system killed everything except for T1s, but it had that T1 area. So the T1s could still stay there, and then the top of the game was still there. So having a bottom and top was still healthy for the game. It's just all the middle area was gone, right? All the middle NODEWAR guilds were gone. So like in the new NODEWAR system, the quote-unquote T1 guilds, the beginner guilds, yeah, they gotta fight Cho Nation, and they also gotta fight the mid guilds. So you just have 30 mans, and yeah, so they just yeah, the new NODEWAR system is just, yeah. But anyways, so the new NODEWAR system, bam, time passes. None of our input is like listened to. We said we didn't want it. Thank God we got it, because the game is now gone. And keep in mind, at this point, everyone thinks if we got this NODEWAR system, we are not going to be changed. We can expect 2 years to go by before they change it back, because it was literally almost 2 years on the day. And so what's crazy about that is like we still have like alliances. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me get back into it. So, bam. DR evasion changes out of nowhere. We knew it was coming. They mentioned they'd do it. They mentioned they'd do it. And they just give us the DR evasion changes. Like they hinted at it in a live thing, a live stream, but it was like, okay. And then boom, the changes just come. All right. Everybody's like, okay, I guess this is the meta now. Evasion is dead. By the way, how many people, just go ahead and throw me in comments. That's enough to kill so many people. In game. I mean, like players in game, you know, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, their fun for the game dies without evasion, right? And so I think they just needed to buff accuracy accessories and call it a day. But hey, I had accuracy in the first place, so I spent the money to buy accuracy accessories. I don't know what to tell you. But then yeah, okay. I think it was like maybe a little over a month passes, maybe a little more, maybe a couple, maybe more. But boom, movement speed, attack speed nerfs, which is the slow nerfs. So everybody slow is essentially max half it was, even with the add-on. And the reason they did this way is very smart. They can't fix their own game. They can't keep slows from stacking unless every slow is the exact same slow. So they get everybody the same slow. It was actually really smart. If they give everybody the Guardian slow, the 5 second 20%, then it'll never stack, because they can't keep it from stacking, except with that 4% add-on. So essentially the 24% is most you can be slowed, and that's just where they want you to be. So on top of that, they buffed dashes and movement skills, which is very like, I mean, it was horrible. I wonder if what everyone would have said when they had announced the 3 changes they were offering to the game, if they were gonna make the faster classes faster. Like, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. But then they removed special attack evasion. Yeah. Yes. Heck yeah. So even though we get into my remarks on everything that's happened, now that you know every single thing that's happened recently, already that happened in the past, we're gonna get into my remarks. That's gonna be the end of the video. I tried to make it as quick as I could for 3 pages early. Good. So even though we had hideable and none of the issues were brought up, thank God, right? We wouldn't want to like talk about stuff that was relevant to the game. They did show us a couple slideshows of stuff that they may develop in the future. We know they typically pivot from stuff they actually announce. So even though they said they'll do it, who knows? They did mention, I'm bringing up positive stuff in this video. I want to give a special shout out to, they did mention the guild ranking system. And I'm being very positive right now. With the guild ranking system, supposedly it's going to track everything and make sure that certain guilds can't just run the other guilds in Node Wars, etc., etc. And I was like, there's no way they add anything like that with any sort of time frame. And as you see on the global labs, right now, they're adding in this tracking system or participation record, which you could pretty much assume this is the basis for what they announced, for the guild ranking system for PvP. But right now it's just called a, you know, I'll believe it when I see it. Keep in mind, this is the issue. They're not telling us what they're doing. They're just doing it. And but this does look like it's a positive, because it will track all the wins, how everybody does on each and every war. It's kind of huge. Mostly because that should be used to help them with the whole guild ranking system, to keep, hopefully, the chomies from ruling Balanos with an iron fist. Now, so I do think that offering us offering us nothing but reskin content on Heidel at any time, and then a hardcore server as a answer to the PvP solution was that was whack. I think everybody else thought it was whack. And then everything just seems so random. I mean, buffing dash speed? I really didn't need strikers grabbing my guardian that fast, and now I have to play into the class. Like I don't know. I want to finish the rest of the ranking season out, and hopefully they change guardian. But I don't know. It just feels like why? It feels like why would they do that? Who are they listening to? What are they doing? Nothing. I don't know. Nothing helpful. And the only thing I can truly hear is the deafening silence. It took 2 years to fix NODEWAR last time. This time it's much worse. There's less to do. I can't actually really do these NODEWARs. I might have to reach out and find a guild for this. Kind of sad to go get some content, but it's just so few and far in between. It's like, is it even worth it? And maybe for Guild League, who knows? And then on top of all that, they just keep doing all these quality of life fixes, and I'll be honest, they mean so much less. Like fixing all the stuff with elixirs, fixing all this stuff for the quality of life, that means so much less while they patch out the fun in the game very quietly. So hopefully this time they listen to us, and even though all we hear is deafening silence, that maybe they're listening back. Thank you so much for listening to my rant. I know I'm not the only one upset about the deafening silence. My suggestion is, God, I want to see something like CM Etsu come up with like the PvP updates, you know, once a month. And God, it would be beautiful to see his like really awkward face to have to tell us they messed the game up. Like, you imagine Etsu like, they're gonna remove all super armors, and I love you, Etsu. I love everybody. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe, and drop some comments if you think I'm totally insane. And yeah, I appreciate you all for taking the time out of your wonderful days to watch this video. Have a good day.